Okay, welcome back. My guest is Joe Ibokwe, APC chieftain and former SA to the Lagos State Governor on drainage and water resources. And we're looking at the judgment of the Presidential Election Tribunal and the aftermath of that. Yes, there are people who normally are quite happy about the matter. In fact, I think we have just in case it's very fresh in memory, but we also have a little package. Let's just play that package.
Exactly 100 days in office of President Bola Tinubu, the Presidential Election Petition Court sitting in the nation's capital in Abuja has affirmed the election of President Bola Tinubu of the All Progressives Congress. Some landmark decisions have been made in this judgment. The Presidential Election Court dismisses APM, Labour Party, and PDP's petition for lack of merit. The court decided that the issue of nomination of Kashim Shettima is a pre-election matter and ought to have been ventilated at the Federal High Court. The issue of non-qualification and disqualification of a candidate is a pre-election matter. Election, when concluded and result declared, cannot be questioned under the provision of Section 131 of the Constitution on issue of non-qualification or disqualification. The petitioner ought to have filed a case before the Federal High Court within 14 days from the day the cause of action arose. Section 285, subsection 14c, doesn't allow members of any political party to challenge the nomination of a candidate of another political party. The petitioner lacks the local standing to institute the petition. On President Tinubu's U.S. charges, Labour Party and its presidential candidate Peter Obi failed to prove that President Bola Tinubu of the All Progressives Congress was convicted for money laundering in the United States. However, the tribunal ruled that no criminal charges was filed against Tinubu in the U.S. and that the APC candidate did not go through a criminal charge in America. On the 25% vote in Abuja, the tribunal also dismissed Obi and LP's petition on 25% vote of Tinubu in the Federal Capital Territory, saying Abuja is like any other state. The tribunal says FCT has no special status, describes interpretation of Section 134, subsection 2b as fallacious. On IRF, INEC is at liberty to prescribe the manner which election results should be collated. INEC is not mandated to electronically transmit or transfer election results. The glaciers experienced during the upload of the result to IRF portal was not a plot to temper or manipulate the result as alleged by the petitioner. The petitioner failed to prove that it was a case of manipulation by INEC. The glaciers are not on ground to challenge the outcome of an election in view of Section 134, subsection 1b of the Electoral Act. On overvoting, Labour Party was unable to prove claims of overvoting in the presidential election. The petitioner failed to establish any allegation of overvoting or voter suppression, the court ruled. PDP fails to give names of polling units affected by overvoting in Kogi State. The tribunal rules allegations of result manipulation in Lagos are vague.
All your mandate, Bola, all your mandate, Bola, all your mandate, we shall stand.
Okay, so that report, that went out, days ago, as the report said, that sort of is a bird's eye view of what was 12 hours in the
12 hours
in the reading of it.
The highest we've ever seen.
Yes. So all of that was just encapsulated in there. It took 12 hours for their lordships to come, to put out in the public there. One thing that I suppose there's one thing that every Nigerian must be proud of, and that is the fact that freedom of speech is jealously guarded in Nigeria. Yeah. It's not just allowed. Even President Tinubu, who all of this is against, he will be one of those who would say that, look, they have their right. Let them have their say. Let them ventilate whatever is the grievance. But we must always have arbiters, and the best arbiter is the courts.
The law.
The law. The law is the best arbiter. So many people probably will be concerned that the commentary that is going on out there is reckless, quite frankly, to the extent that it is calling for some sort of
anarchy.
Uprising, some sort of anarchy. The other day, Fashola, the former minister, had, of works, so the former minister of works,
housing,
and housing, had to, again revert to the law
on social media.
Yes, revert to the law. So you prove, because there was even a time talking about preposterous aspects of some of these complaints. Now they said because of the watermark, it was a PDP written judgment. Before then, they had said that Fashola SAN actually was the person who wrote the judgment. That is insulting. That is insulting to the judges. But all of these things are out there. Fashola just took it on because you are impugning. You can't impugn my character, So he took it on. So these are the situations. Where is the road? Where is the way of peace in all of this? Actually, there's somebody else on the line. Say that again, please. Mr. Tijani in Apapa, good morning.
Good morning, sir, Mr. Yori.
Thank you for calling in.
Yes, sir, thank you. And good morning to the guests in the studio, sir.
Yes, Joe.
You're welcome, sir.
I'm fine, sir. About the petition or no petition, there is something I just want to call the attention of our lawyers. They should please do something for us. Instead of them going to the court, sitting 70, 80 lawyers in the court, there's other things they can do. There are people that doesn't know much. They are even suffering in Kuje prison, Ikoyi prison, Kirikiri prison. That they can go there to fight for the people that doesn't have power, that doesn't have people to fight for them. Instead of sitting in the court, this thing has come, it has gone. They should not let this reign. I don't know the reason why they are just jumping up and down. There's other things they can do, for Christ's sake. They should just advise our lawyers. They can help the poor people. There are some people in Kirikiri there that doesn't know what even brought them there, maybe through reading or this. They should go and fight for those people. They should give Ashwaju a rest of mind. And there's something they should not criticize him, either Yoruba or Igbo or Hausa. When Tinubu got there, now, did he share money for Yorubas? When Goodluck was there, does he share money for his people? Once we have one person, that person is in Nigeria, they should have that at the back of their mind.
Yes.
They should go to other prisons and go and be looking for people's peace to fight for them instead of them sitting 110, 120 lawyers, 150 lawyers. They should be ashamed. This is not happening in other countries. Thank you, Mr. Yori. I'm very grateful, sir.
Thank you very much for calling in as well. I wanted to come back to that aspect of the healing, national healing aspect, because what they are doing is a very dangerous thing.
It's despicable.
It's well, exactly.
Let me tell you, we always go back to history. June 12, 1993 to 2023, how many years? 30 years. Historic. We fought in 1993. And we voted for Abiola massively. It was truncated. And people died. They said, okay, there's no need to go to war. You go to war, people will die. But Olage told me that if we go to war, there are certain targets they want to destroy.
Mm-hmm.
They will take it. We will take this assault, because it was an assault. We will take it. But it will never happen again. There's never again will such a thing happen. You saw how we got here. From that 1993, the Wahala didn't end until 1999. That's how Obasanjo came to power. It was meant to assuage the feelings of the Southwest and the killings that went. I wrote Heroes of Democracy, so I know what I'm talking about. I know how we got here. This man we're talking about has been a governor. He has been a senator. So these people that are talking about academic qualifications cannot engage him. The man is deep. And Ilham Marx are still here in Lagos. Where is your muzzle?
Yeah, but
we play too much in this country. Let me just use this word. We play too much in this country. You know, if you tell lies 1,000 times, it will look as if it's the truth, but it's not.
Exactly,
It's
and
not.
that's part of the danger. That you tell enough lies, some of it will begin to slip
There's a limit
in the perception of some people who are not as knowledgeable.
Let me drop it here. There's a limit to these abuses. There's a limit to this brigandage that we see all over the place. If it has come to the point of abusing everybody, abusing the judges everywhere, then we are looking for anarchy. And anarchy is not good for anybody. It's not good for anybody.
It isn't.
But we won't even allow them to get there.
Yeah, because one begins to wonder how long are we going to, continue in the interest of peace and freedom of speech?
If they insist,
allow all this inciting to go on.
I told you I saw a video.
You did.
I saw a video of a candidate. Okay. That's an insurrection.
Let me bring in Mr. Akinferegbe, I believe in Ipaja. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you for calling. Go ahead now, please.
I'm Akinferegbe from Ipaja.
Okay. We're glad to have you. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. God will bless you for bringing this topic on here this morning.
Thank you.
Yeah. The judgment is self-explanatory. Even an ordinary layman like me, I was listening to the judgment. I gave them 20 minutes to 10. And I stood through till 3 minutes after 10. God will bless those judges. For the first time in the history of Nigeria, judgment has been given, established, detailed. Whatever anybody wants to say, let them go ahead. At the end of the day, Asiwaju will continue to triumph. God will bless Nigeria in the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for calling in. But we're actually looking for common sense to prevail, and
even though common sense is not common.
Therefore, if common sense prevails, then there will be we can find a way to peace must prevail.
Let me tell
you. The biggest problem is that there are people out there under the canopy of freedom of speech, inciting people and saying things that...
if you cannot get the coveted office, you can create katakata so that nobody gets it. Nobody gets it. Well, let me tell you, if there is any zone, I'm from Southeast, and I have to speak the truth. That's what my father taught me. To speak the truth to power and damn the consequences. Their truth is as constant as northern stars. Have they told us how they conducted the election in the Southeast? Did you see the videos? These people have no shame. How many votes did Asiwaju score in the Southeast, where I come from?
Well, they're not talking about that, unfortunately, as you know.
You have to bring everything to the table. Bring everything to the table. Don't isolate things. We saw the voting. They were practically beating up other parties. They voted 90-something% in the Southeast. As if Southeast is going to vote from Southeast, Southeast is going to make you the president of Nigeria. That is ignorance. And we say these things, if we say these things, they abuse us. They abuse us.
Okay.
Tell them what to do. That if you want to win election in Nigeria, you have to build bridges across Nigeria. Southeast votes alone will not make you the president of Nigeria. They've not had me. I've been saying this for years.
And in addition to all of that, when it came before the court, the tribunal, you have to give the judges evidence. That's the only thing they can work with.
You know how many years it took them to get to that stage?
Yes. Okay. Ada in Jos, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Ayori. Good morning, Oga Igokwe.
Yes.
It's Ada calling from Jos Plateau State. Well, for me, let's put that judgment behind us, if you ask me. Because it was the way they did it. Actually, in fact, I want you to do it from the end to the end. You know, if you don't bring any emotions and you follow it the way they did it, you will discover that It was just straightforward, if you ask me. But I only noticed one thing. I noticed something in Nigerian politics. It is very difficult to get evidence from INEC. It is very frustrating. So what am I feeling for is let the electoral act be amended, for if it's Russia accept or whatever. So the owners, let us shift the goalposts. Let the owners of proving that the election was conducted fair and fair be on INEC. So they'll be on their toes. The INEC chairman or whoever is there will not know it's business as usual. That is the problem. So let us face it, even though it went the way it went, but let us face the truth. So that if things are done the way it is done, and somebody is made it, there's no problem as far as I'm concerned. After all, the first lady came to Plateau State. Plateau State is not an ATC association, but she came there. The first place she came to see the IDTs. And when she gave the 500 million, they did not choose. And those people came out. They didn't say they are not coming out because they are not at the center. So the average Nigerian is not even interested. What is good governance? So we can move forward. And then let all election cases be disposed of before putting anybody in. It looks tidier. All the same, let's not give on Nigeria all the idea.
All right, then. Thank you very much.
So you go better?
Yes,
Okay,
yes. That's her signature.
That's what we're saying.
That's her signature. She ends every contribution with that. Look, Ashwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu won this election.
Fair and square.
Was so pronounced.
He was even robbed. He stole his votes.
He was so pronounced by INEC, the only body that can do so. Now you're challenging it. Okay, let's go to court. You go to court. Based on the evidence you present, the judges gave their opinions on the evidence. After dissecting it, looking at it, now gave their opinions that there's not very much here. Certainly nothing.
Certified through copies there for you to go and study. They didn't even go to pick it.
Certainly nothing here for us to,
to study the judgment first and see what is there.
And then Labour Party and Mr. Obi came third. For Christ's sake, they came third, not even second. Not even second.
Even the votes, Christian votes, and all kinds of votes.
Even Alhaji Atiku.
We know what happened. Even in Lagos here, we know what happened, but we're not saying it. Let's just leave it and go. But if you want to win, if Joe Boko wants to win the presidency of Nigeria, it's a 20, 30 years job. You have to traverse the whole landscape of Nigeria, making friends, building bridges.
But Joe, how do we now make this right? That is to say, look, Ashwaju has won this election. He has been so pronounced. He is doing the work. But they continue out there to be inciting society.
Yes, if we cannot get the coveted, prize, let's destroy the system.
Now, we
will not allow them.
Eminent lawyers, senior SAN people, they were telling us that Abuja was indispensable to any winner of an election. The judges said balderdash.
No. How?
So
if you go to win in Abuja, then we'll give you Nigeria, Abi.
Well, they say
this is ridiculous.
They say whatever qualification you have got,
you must win Abuja.
It will be spoiled if you don't win 25% in Abuja.
If somebody gets 7 million votes and you have 4 million votes, because you won in Abuja, we have to make you the president.
Now the judges.
What's so good about Abuja?
The tribunal interpreted the law that they've been relying upon and said that there is nothing there.
That is one of the most sound judgment we got from there to put this matter to rest, so that ignorant people will go to bed.
Exactly, but we just have to be careful and just pray that common sense will prevail and that people will desist from inciting the public to violence.
Minority will not decide where the majority will go.
That's a fine place.
It's still a question of majority.
That's a fact.
Ashwaju won this election fair and square. I'm a living witness.
Okay.
I know how we got here. They have not even started.
We got to leave it.
These people have not even started.
Let them go to
lay the foundation on how to win elections in Nigeria. They have not started.
Well, but we just want to concern ourselves with the judgment. The judgment is the judgment. They can test this further, go up to the Supreme Court. We'll wait for that time. That's the thing that all law-abiding people should do. Just wait for the
I just want to drop something.
One.
Let us be careful in what we are doing. Let us be mindful of what we are saying. Rumors started the French Revolution, but not here. We saw it in 1993. After 30 years,
We'll leave it here.
it will not work.
Let's leave it here. I want to thank you very much.
It will not
Joe.
work.
Thank you very much, Joe. Mr. Joe
We are
Igbokwe,
standing here.
APC chieftain, former SA to the Lagos State Governor on drainage and water resources. That's our program today. Please join us tomorrow for a fresh edition. I'm Yori Folarin. Bye-bye for now.